Hey everyone, so I realized I haven't done an update in a while. Thank you, Sarah, for reminding me. I have been thinking about it, just hadn't had a lot of time to get it all down on paper, so I decided I'm going to try to do a video update this month and see how it works. You can let me know on your feedback what you think, if you like it, or if you'd rather have it all written out, but thought I'd try something new this month, so here we go. I just wanted to thank you for your prayers for my team and I as we're working here in Peru. We are definitely facing a spiritual and physical battle here. Something that's been attacked the most here has been our health. There's been quite a few people that have been sick. I am the only American that has not been to the hospital yet, so that's good. You can continue to pray for my health. But just this last week, one of our Peruvian partners, Noemi, went to the beach with some friends on her day off, and she actually twisted her ankle. We thought it was just a sprain. We took her to the doctor's that night when she got home to get it checked out and get an x-ray. It wasn't broken, but she ended up pulling 3 of the tendons, and if she would have kept walking on it, she would have probably broken her foot, they said. So she is still out of commission. She has a cast on and should be in the cast for at least 3 weeks. So this week she's not allowed to do anything. She needs to sit on the couch and prop her leg up. The next 2 weeks she should be able to be a little more mobile. So we're hoping to find some crutches or something for her. But pray for our team, because that makes it a lot harder for whoever's her partner for the week to be able to go out. They're kind of stuck at home, and so that's kind of discouraging and frustrating. So pray for health for her and for quick healing for her foot. Also just keep praying for the health of our entire team. We have 2 people that are going to see specialists this week about different things, so it's just been a continued thing. Our cluster support mom kind of jokes around that the hospital is her second office because she's been there so much and spend so much time filling out receipts and filling out insurance claims and all sorts of stuff, but it's just been it's been a challenge for our team. So between parasites, other intestinal problems, ear problems, just a bunch of random things, just a lot of people have been really sick. So just keep praying for health for our team, and that Satan wouldn't be able to attack in this way, because it's definitely one of the battles that we're struggling with right now. My team and I now have 1 month left of mission school. This week our classes are about the Nazarene Church's history here in Peru, in South America, and then as well as just church history in general. So we're actually going to be starting classes tonight because our teacher wasn't able to make it earlier this morning, but he'll be here for the week teaching us. We have our books in Spanish, De Semilla y Fruta, y it's a book about the church here in Peru and in South America, and some of the formation of that. And it's all in Spanish, so we're getting there, we're learning. The exciting part is that I read several chapters today and I understood it, so that's really good news. Didn't have to look up too many words. The not so good news is this other book that we're supposed to be reading is a lot harder to understand. So you can be praying that I'm able to get through this book okay, and we can understand it better, just because it's a lot more bigger words, a lot of history, a lot of names that aren't in the dictionary. So it's been a little bit more of a challenge, but we're getting there, and my Spanish has definitely improved in order to be able to do this. We just have a few more weeks of class. We have this class, we have a leadership class, and then we have a class with the regional director of Peru, who will be here in the first week of April. So we have that coming up. Just a few more weeks of missions classes, and then we'll be able to work full time. So that's really exciting. All of us are kind of chomping at the bit, ready to get started, since we're kind of limited in what we can do with our homework load and classes. We're only able to go out half the days during the week. In the next couple weeks, my team and I will be headed to Chile. We need to go to get into Chile to come back through Tacna so we can get new visas. So pray for each one of us that the trip goes smoothly. We'll be taking a bus down there and a bus back. So pray it goes smoothly, pray we don't have any problems, pray for safety, and also pray that at the border we're able to get 6-month visas for everyone, all the Americans on our team, without too much hassle, because we've had other people that have gone down and only got 2-month visas, 4-month visas, things like that. It can be a little more tricky, so we're trying to get us all on the same schedule. So pray that they're willing to give us all 6-month visas so we won't have to go until August. That would be a huge blessing for our team. And then that would mean we don't have to work on getting residency, which is quite a bit more expensive. So pray for us in the next couple weeks as we're going to be heading that way, and I will keep you updated to let you know how it goes. So this week Brian is back, and he is the Extreme Nazarene Regional Director here. He works on the ground, but he has been in the States for the last couple months raising support. He is actually the one that's going to be working with us on our new church plant here in Arequipa. So he's been in the States raising funds and support and just sharing about his dreams and vision for Extreme. He's been gone the last couple months in the States visiting a bunch of different churches. But he's back in Peru, and since he's back, we've been able to finalize some more details on our ministry. We actually got a church building, the lease signed, so we'll be starting our first service in May 13th, I think it is, so we're all really excited about that. And now that we have a building location chosen, we can go ahead and start looking for a new place. And that is really exciting because the place we have here is really small and it's really cold, and we're just living upstairs in one of the churches here. But now that we know where our church is going to be, we can start the search for a house. So I'm really excited about that, to kind of finally be in a place that we'll be able to know that we're going to live here for 2 years. It's also closer to the center. We're going to live right in Cercado, which is the center of Arequipa, which is where we're going to be working. So we're going to be living and working and neighbors with the people that we're going to be ministering to. Because right now we're about a half an hour, 45 minutes away, depending on traffic. So we're really excited to be moving, hopefully in the next month. So please be praying for that. Pray we're able to find a house or apartments, and pray that we're able to find inexpensive rent. That's going to be something that God's going to have to do. Originally, our budget was set for Tacna, which is less expensive than the center here in Arequipa. So that's a huge prayer request for us, if you could keep that in your prayer. Another exciting thing that happened last week is I bought a bike, so I'm really excited about that. It's kind of nice to be able to just get out and about. It's easier to get around and wasn't that expensive. We were able to buy me and my friend Jessica, one of the other girls here, bought them from several of the other 4040s that are here working, and they're going to be leaving in the next couple months. So we bought their bikes off them. So that was kind of fun. Looking forward to being able to ride it and getting to explore a little bit more around the area here without just having to walk. So that's a couple of the new exciting things that have happened in the last couple days. So last week we were out of water again. Now it's not uncommon here. It goes off every other week, something like that. For usually 24 hours, something like that. Not a huge deal. We can survive. But it was off for a couple days, and we had no idea when it was coming back on. Finally, we heard a water truck come by early in the morning. So I woke up some of the girls, and we ran out there with buckets and filled up a bunch of buckets so we could at least use it for the toilets. It was pretty gross, so you didn't really want to use it for anything else. But the water's back on, so that's exciting. It was gone for 4 days, I think, something like that. So, but we made it work. Ran to the store, got some bottled water, and had a pile of dishes for a while, but it's all back on, and we're back to water. I guess what happened is some people were doing construction and ended up hitting the pipe and breaking it, so that lost water to a lot of the different districts here in Arequipa. So that kept us without water for a couple days, but we're back to normal. We're kind of getting used to the no water thing, and it's kind of become a normal part of everyday life here. So, but we have water. We're good. We've also been praying every morning around 6. We usually pray from 6 to 7 as a team. But this last week on Saturday, we decided to do an individual 12-hour prayer time. So from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., we did a prayer, 1 hour every person. Just kind of a chain of everyone on our team. And we did a prayer notebook, kind of like we've done with 24/7 prayer in the past with our church. Just so we could be praying for each other, praying for each other's prayer requests, praying for our contacts. And it was really powerful. It was really good to see God move and the unity He brought through that. And just really understanding that, we're all praying for each other. Being able to see that just helps. It's an encouragement. It's exciting. And we're continuing to pray together every morning, continuing to seek God, His direction, His power. We have a battle in front of us. This is definitely a war. Satan doesn't want us encroaching on his territory. So keep this in your prayers. We really need them just to help the ministry that we do, in our work with each other, in our relationships, and our health, all these things. We can use your prayer. So we're praying every day, an hour every day, making sure we get that time. The first thing that we devote that to God. And I just encourage you to be praying with us each and every day and just lifting us up, because we really need your prayers. Thanks so much. So a quick update on some of the ministry events that we've been doing. Last week we didn't have a whole lot of homework, so instead what we did was we spent more time doing outreach events out in some of the parks. So we worked on a mime. We did that at a park, and we were also going to do another plaza, but then the police told us we couldn't do it there because it was a historical center. And so we walked around the streets for probably 45 minutes looking for a new location with our mime makeup all on, all dressed up. We were an attractive group walking around. We got a lot of crazy looks. So we walked around Cercado, right in downtown, looking for a new location. Finally found one in Mariana Melgar. We did our mime event there. There wasn't a lot of people, but God definitely opened up the doors to the people that we needed to meet and to talk to. So we have some new contacts from that. Then later that week, we also did the mime event in a park, the park right next to where we're going to do having our church. It's called Parque de los Condes. There's actually condors in the park, and they actually let them out to fly around sometimes, so that's kind of cool. So we did an event there and have some new contacts from that event as well, some families, so we're really excited about that. We've also been doing hospital visits this last week and just praying for people in the hospital, talking to them, witnessing if we can, but sometimes they just need someone to talk to. They need someone to listen to their story. They need someone to pray for them. But we've got quite a few contacts from them that we've been following up with and continuing to pray for them. One of the gentlemen that we visited the other day, his name is Pedro, and he's actually from Puno, which is a little ways away from here, but he was playing soccer a while ago and fell and hit his head really hard, and he's had severe bleeding. Would got water on his brain. They're still hoping to do surgery, but we don't know for sure. So please be praying for Pedro and for his family, that they would be healed, that he would be healed. God, that the doctors would have wisdom in knowing how the surgery is going to go, what they can do to help him. And just pray that God would really speak to his heart. He's not a Christian, but he was open and willing to listen. And just pray that during this time while he's in the hospital, God would really reveal himself to Pedro and to his family and just be a witness for them. So keep him in your prayers. Pray for our ministry. Right now I'm working with Brenda, one of the Peruvian 4040s, and we have a Casa Abierta that we go to every Friday night with a lady named Patricia and her daughter. And they have a bunch of neighbors and friends that they've been trying to invite. So pray that God would take away the excuses that these people have and that he would open up the doors. Fernanda wants to invite some of her friends from school now that school's just started back up again here in Peru. Just pray for boldness for her, that she would be able to boldly speak to her friends and invite them, and that God would draw them. God would draw the people that he wants to be at the Casa Abierta, which is our discipleship group. Just pray that these people would grow and mature and they'd be strengthened as they're learning to become disciples of Christ. So keep those people in your prayers. It's been really exciting to have our Casas Abiertas. God's really opened at the doors and been working in that, but just pray for God to continue to strengthen them and that they would grow, because we really want to see that. We want our Casas Abiertas, our clusters, it's like a cell group, to be really strong before we start our churches. So keep that in your prayers. Each of our teams have one of those that they're working on right now in different contexts. So pray that God would be in each of those groups and be working in the lives of the individuals that we're working with. So I think you guys are pretty much up to speed on basically what's been going on here. In the next 2 weeks, we're going to do a partner swap, so we'll be switching around again. They want to give each of us time to work with each one of the partners so we kind of get a feel of how it works, kind of get an understanding of how we work with each of the different ones, learn gifts and strengths of each individual. So just pray for that. That always takes transition, kind of learning how to work with a new partner, what that looks like, what their schedule, how to work together, how to communicate. It's an exciting process, so we got that coming up in the next couple weeks. So just pray for that as we transition to new partners for the next month, and then just give each one of us and the leaders wisdom as they decide, probably at the beginning of April, who will be with who for the next 2 years. So that's going to be a process that's coming up for us. So keep that in your prayers. Like I said before, pray for our unity for our team. That's something that's the devil's definitely trying to attack. So pray for unity, pray for grace, and that we're able to demonstrate love to one another. Pray that God would continue to use me as a leader in this group and to give me wisdom so I can encourage and care for the other people and to be compassionate when I need to be compassionate, but to also be able to be a strong leader and to encourage them. So pray for me in that area. Pray for our visas that we're going to be working on pretty quick. Pray for culture shock of our teammates. I know a lot of people are kind of struggling with that right now, the food and all the different things. So just pray for our team as we're transitioning. Pray for our health. And then just pray that God can continue to give us a passion for his people here, that God would continue to open the doors and the contacts, that he would develop relationships, and that God would be working in this area. We're excited about what he's doing right now, but we want to see him working in even more powerful ways. And so pray with us that we would see God working, that God would open up the doors, that God would be in our ministries, and that he would be first in every part of our lives, in every moment, and every morning he would be the first thing before we get focused on work and school. So thanks so much. I appreciate all your prayers and support. For me, every month it's just amazing to see how God provides all the monthly support that I need. God has been extremely faithful. You guys have been a huge part of that, and I'm so thankful to have all of you guys as partners with me in this ministry here in Peru. Sorry it took so long to get an update. I'll try to be a little bit better about giving you updates again here soon. But keep us in your prayers. I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys when I'm home for Christmas. Thanks so much. Love you all. Bye.